I made two baseball gods battle it out for 100 years. I did this in Out of the Park Baseball. Let's see how they did. Who are these gods? Two of them. Bill Early and Wade Boggs. Look at those mustaches. Pretty similar. Why were they chosen? Luck of the draw? I know Bill, and I like the Red Sox. That's about it. How long did this take? 100 years? 6 hours, I think. I'm not quite sure. I think it's somewhere around that. Now into the big part. Statistics. Records by Wade. Look at him. Batting average. Batted 553 in a season and 481 on the career. That's all right. 2055. 682 on base. Career was 624. Not bad. A 1400 slugging percentage. And a higher slugging than most people's career OPS. And of course a 2100 OPS. And the one on the right is not correct. I think it's supposed to be 1700, which, I mean, both numbers are insane, but 1700's a bit higher. You played in 15,000, almost 16,000 games. It's a record. Scored 253 runs in 1 year, and also 21,000 in his career. And that came in like almost his last year, because this was 86 to. No, this was the last year. It was 86 to 86. So his last season, he scored the most runs. 266 hits in 1 year. We barely beat Ichiro. It took him that. 24,000 on the career. It's kind of crazy. Ichiro's 262. That's crazy. Oh, and keep in mind, I maxed out all of their stats every time I could. Like every 10 years. I forgot I mentioned that. Oh well. Total bases, 657 in 1 year, 54,000 on the career. 11,000 singles, 3,200 doubles, 990 triples, 118 home runs in 2057 and 8,300 on the career. 261 RBIs in a year in 2061, fitting, and 19,000 on the career. 187 stolen bases in 1997. Couldn't top it in the 90 years after, but 13,000 on the career. Was caught stealing 1,800 times. I mean, that just happens. I think that's an average of like 18 a year. That's not horrible. Walked 237 times, 19,000 in his whole career. 400 or 4,300 strikeouts. That was barely the record. Also, second place was like 4,100. He barely got this one by the end because he was only striking out like maybe 40 times a year. And that's all the hitting records. And now we are on to the pitching records. Records by Bill. There he is. .26 ERA in 2048. Less than one in his career, which means every game he was pitching, he pitched mostly the full game every time. He was almost, he was giving up less than a run every game he pitched. 2,700 wins, did not have the loss record, and his winning percentage in 1987 was 1. I think he went 33-0 and 926 on the career. 3,300 games started, 1,591 complete games, 21 shutouts in 1987 and 1,100 on the career. 28,000 innings pitched, 10,000 hits allowed, 957 home runs allowed. These ones are like he just played for so long. Of course he's going to get that record. 703 strikeouts in 2031 and 61,000 on the career. That's all like 5,000 Nolan, 5,700's Nolan, Nolan Ryan's. 2,600 walks, and that's also not that much above second place. And 1.4 hits per 9 in 2048 with a 3.26 on the career. 22.7 strikeouts per 9 in 2037 and almost 20 for the whole career, which is insane because like there's only been a few 20 strikeout games. ever, and he was averaging that for his whole career. A .25 whip in 2048. Just like a fourth of a hit per inning or walk. In 2048, they batted .05 against him, which that would get anyone benched. And a 16, or not 16, .614 OPS against. And there's two things I know I forgot to put in here. One, the most insane record that was actually beat was Wade Boggs's. Finally in like 2075, he got 58 hit streak, which was crazy because he had never gotten close any time before that. And honestly, I never thought he would. But then just one sim session later, he had 58 hit streak, which I've never seen that beat. I've done a resim of the whole MLB, and usually no one ever gets close, but he did. And what was the other one? I can't quite. It'll come back to me. Oh yeah. No, I forget. But how much money did they make? Like, everyone wants money. A lot. Wade Boggs made $4.6 billion, and Bill Early made $2.9 billion. I don't know why there's such a gap between them. Bill, honestly, I would check it, and he'd be making, like, $40 mil a year, but Wade Boggs was making, like, 60 mil, and I don't know why. And this is also the only time I hit the bit integer limit, which I think, thank God they used the, the 60... or a 32-bit, because MLB The Show, they use a too low bit for a lot of these things. And I think some things on here, they do also use the 16-bit or 8-bit, like 255. But now they're billionaires. And award time. What awards did they win? Bill Early had 30-time Player of the Week, 540-time Pitcher of the Week, 101 Cy Young, 6-time MVP, 76-time Gold Glove, 11-time Playoff Series MVP, 12 championships, 101-time All-Star. Now on to Wade Boggs. And those are already extremely impressive, but Wade Boggs kind of blows them out of the water. 968-time Player of the Week, 578-time Batter of the Month, 101-time MVP. And keep in mind, Wade Boggs, he was with Boston until 2020. Then he was with Detroit until like 2085. Then he went to the Yankees for 2 years. And then Bill started off with the Cardinals, and he moved to Los Angeles for his entire career to play with the Angels. So they were in the same league for 95 years. 91-time Gold Glove, 102-time Silver Slugger, 117-time playoff MVP, and a 33-time champion. He won it basically a third of the years he played. 102-time All-Star. And who was better? Wade Boggs did have 100 and more WAR, had more championships. The impact of both of them was practically the same, I'd say, but I guess offense is just better for championships and out of the park baseball. And then just lastly, some things I found interesting. That's me. In 2020, Aaron Judge struck out 357 times in 697 plate appearances for 51% rate, which is insane. Like, no one else even had 300 strikeouts in a season, and he did it 3 times and plus had 357. I don't know why this happened. I don't know why they picked Judge to make the strikeout monster, but I just noticed that one time. All rise. In 2008, Michael Cudger had 71 doubles. This is one of the records Wade Boggs did not have, and for some reason Cudger had it. There was also like 2 other people with over Wade Boggs as well. I don't know why 2008 was special for him, but there he is. 34 players were in the 800 home run club, and 8 were in the 1,000 home run club, including Wade Boggs, was 8,000. But home runs were just I don't change the settings. They just kind of went crazy. Like, there were over 100 people in the 600 home run club. Like, there were so many. There were people with 600 home runs not in the Hall of Fame. Oh, home run. Early threw 30 plus perfect games, plus probably like 4 times that in no-hitters, and multiple 27 strikeout games in 9 innings, so every batter was a strikeout. It took a few years to get one, then they started to pick up. Why did I do this? I don't know. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.